What you inherit is not always meant to be carried. How to spiritually reject false legacy and refuse energetic assignments that aren't yours. Inheritance is a loaded word. We tend to think it only refers to money, property, or heirlooms. But spiritual inheritance is deeper and far more dangerous if left unchecked. You don't just inherit things. You inherit roles, expectations, burdens, silence, unresolved trauma, and even identities that were never yours to begin with. And unless you're conscious, you'll spend your entire life trying to live out an energetic assignment that was never divinely meant for you, but was passed down because no one else knew how to put it down. The truth is, not everything you were given was sacred. Not everything passed through blood was meant to be worn like a badge. Some of it is residue. Some of it is projection. Some of it is the weight of unspoken dreams, broken vows, or generational compensation. Your mother's loneliness, your father's failure, your grandmother's silence, your great-grandfather's shame. If it wasn't healed or witnessed, it became legacy by default. And default legacy is not destiny. It's energetic debt. You may have been handed beliefs that contradict your soul. You may have been assigned roles based on who didn't survive before you. You may have been told, you're the strong one, not because that's your true essence, but because someone else crumbled and the family needed a placeholder. These are not just psychological patterns. They are soul contracts created through unconscious agreements, and they can bind you just as tightly as any spiritual vow, until you choose to consciously reject them. Rejecting a false legacy isn't betrayal. It's alignment. It's saying, I see what was given and I send it back with love, but I do not carry it forward. That might mean refusing to walk the same financial path your parents did, refusing to stay in a marriage out of cultural duty, refusing to replicate emotional suppression because that's how our family handles things. It might even mean letting go of the pressure to fix or redeem a bloodline that doesn't want healing. That's not abandonment. That's sovereignty. To do this work, begin by identifying the assignment you were given without consent. Ask yourself, what burden have I been carrying that feels older than me? What story am I reenacting that I never consciously chose? When the answer comes, write it down. Speak it aloud. Then declare, I release myself from all energetic roles I did not choose. I return this legacy to where it came from. I honor the line, but I do not live in its shadow. My path is mine. My frequency is my own. If you feel resistance or guilt, know that this is common. Because part of the false legacy is the belief that leaving it means you're ungrateful or disloyal. But spiritual maturity means knowing the difference between honoring your roots and being entangled by them. The tree doesn't apologize for growing higher than the soil. It expands because the roots gave it the strength to reach. That's the point. Not to stay underground, but to transcend without forgetting. Sometimes healing means breaking away. Sometimes honoring your ancestors means refusing to reenact their wounds. And sometimes your highest act of love is to say, this ends here. You are not required to carry what they could not release. You are not obligated to repeat what they never resolved. And you do not owe your life to unfinished stories you didn't write. Your soul came here for something else. And you are allowed, spiritually, ancestrally, and energetically, to choose another path.